Alright, this will be a response to Vader Time 31. His response to a video that Godfather Joseph made and whatever. Anyway, I'm not up to date with everything they've said on this. I saw the last video that Vader Time made on this, the Jeff Hardy CM Punk thing. Yeah, so this will be my view on it. The first thing you said, Vader Time, was that Jeff Hardy was undoubtedly the better man. Now, that'd be my first argument there. I don't agree with you on that. I think that when the going is good, I think CM Punk is the better wrestler. He's got the psychology better down, he can work a body part better, and in a longer match, which world title matches seem to be, I think he's proven in the past, with like going an hour with Joe and ROH, and I just think he is a better main event wrestler. I think he's a better wrestler, basically, in the ring. Jeff Hardy undoubtedly works incredibly well for his audience, casual fans, younger fans. They love to see him take a risk, they love to see the stuff he does, Whisper in the Wind, all that. But as far as, wrestling, I don't think he's as good as CM Punk. However, is he more over than CM Punk? No two ways about it, yes he is. Right, so Jeff Hardy, we'll start with him, and the whole Jeff Hardy thing. Now, as you said, he was most likely going to win Money in the Bank. I think some people said they would have had him win the belt the same night. I think that would have been pretty cool, because we haven't seen anyone do it yet. But yeah, as far as he goes, I can't remember if it was a blog I read, whether a video, someone in the higher ups in TNA said that Jeff Hardy as a world champion is a promoter's worst nightmare, because the fans want to see it. The fans want him to be the world champion. Quite often Jeff Hardy gets very, very over. But the problem with Jeff is that he's unreliable. You don't know which Jeff Hardy's going to show up. It's either going to be the Jeff Hardy which I think everyone likes. I don't think there's anyone you can talk to who wouldn't want Jeff Hardy to have any success at all. I think everyone would accept that, there will be a time when the best thing for business will be Jeff Hardy. I think everyone will admit that. So you either get that Jeff Hardy, or you get the too casual Jeff Hardy, the one that makes mistakes in the ring, the one that messes up promos, the ones that might no-show the guy who has his drug problems. And when he got released from WWE, that was Jeff Hardy. Then it got him released. So there is a problem with Jeff Hardy there as far as that goes, and the unreliability. And I think especially after this is the second violation, 60 days, WWE are going to be very, very careful about him, because WWE have been burned before. They've been burned on Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, not for drugs things, but they pushed them. They said they're going to be the new stars. We're going to pump all this money into making them the new Rock and the new Austin and the biggest names in the business, and it didn't work for them. They worked for a certain degree with Lesnar, but they both left the company on their terms, not WWE's. And certainly WWE don't want to give Jeff Hardy this uber push and then have to release him due to a third violation of the drugs thing, because that's going to make some news if WWE release a world champion for third violation of the drugs policy, because it's going to be, the media are going to be all over them if they don't release him, but they're going to be losing a shitload of money if they do release him. So it's on a knife edge, Jeff Hardy. I think he will be a world champion eventually. I think they'll have to pull the trigger eventually. They will sitting back and they'll look at themselves and say, well, look, what else can we do? We need a new star. We need a new John Cena. We need a new Rock. We need a new Austin. We need to give Jeff Hardy the belt and get as much money out of him as we possibly can. I think they'll do that with excuse me. I think they'll do that with Kennedy eventually, and I think that'll be good. But for now, I think Jeff Hardy will eventually be a world champion. But it won't be easy for him to work his way back up there now. I think he knows that. Certainly the WWE know that in their minds. But yeah, I think he is more over than CM Punk, and as I say, he would come back into it. As far as how they brought him back, I think it was the worst way they could have done it. I think they had three options: bring him back and put him in with Michaels and Jericho, because I think that feud's going nowhere. Could have had him come out and say, look, Jericho, I've had to sit back for 60 days and watch you with my Intercontinental title, and you've not done anything with it. You've not defended it. It's just been, you've just carried it around. So how about, you let me in this triple threat, and we put the title in line and make it interesting. Would have been one of the options. They could have just waited until after Judgment Day, because people on the internet would have been like, right, we know his suspension's finished, when's he coming back? And and then you wait a week, you wait 2 weeks, you wait 3 weeks, and then you bring it back, and maybe get a bigger crowd reaction. It would have been better, but there we are. But yeah, I think what they did, bringing it back and not putting him on Judgment Day, was the worst thing they could have done. I think he would have got a few more buys for them for this pay-per-view. But anyway, so that's Jeff Hardy. We'll move on to CM Punk. You said about Punk that this was the worst Money in the Bank run that they've had. Now, I think, we need a bit of a history lesson on this. Let's look back at it, and none of the guys got pushed to the moon instantly as soon as they did it. Kennedy won it, and there was this mass hysteria about Kennedy being Money in the Bank. Everyone was, yes, this is going to be great. And then he said he wants the match at the next year's WrestleMania. And what would they have done for a year if he hadn't? Was it injured, or did he get done with the drug policy? One of the two. But what would they have done for a year with Kennedy? Would they have made him the biggest name in the company for a year? No, it's impossible. It can't be done. However, Punk coming out and losing to Jericho the next night was stupid. I said it in my video. You said it in your video. It was stupid doing that. But yeah, Rob Van Dam, when he won this, he went into an Intercontinental title feud with Shelton Benjamin. So that's again, it's a mid-card title sort of thing. As much as the Intercontinental United States titles mean now, the WWE Tag Team title probably does mean about as much as that. But yeah, so I think that'll be good for the title again, putting that. Kane is the guy who has had the self-sacrifice. He's gone to ECW. It's not great for his career, but it's going to help Punk, it's going to help Miz, it's going to help Morrison, this WWE thing. And it'll make the WWE Tag Team titles mean more, I think. So yeah, Kane's made the self-sacrifice there. But, so Punk is going through the motions. The one thing they did make, they gave him the no finish against Orton. They had him have a spirited loss to Edge or whatever, and against Matt Hardy got rolled up. They're pushing Matt Hardy now. But these the no finish for Chuck Palumbo. Now, granted, they've beaten this week on SmackDown, but I don't think you can have CM Punk having no finishes with Chuck Palumbo. Because why should I be invested in this guy? Why should I be going to shows and holding up a CM Punk sign and buying a CM Punk t-shirt and chanting CM Punk because I want you to give him the Money in the Bank now? Why should I do that when this guy can't beat Chuck Palumbo? He's beating him on DQ. Chuck Palumbo hit him in the corner for 5 seconds. That was a bit stupid. But I think this is good for him in the WWE title thing. I think that'll work. That is the right thing to do. Now, I won't praise TNA often for booking, but they have this year-long booking thing, and they do it, this happened last year as well, happened this year. They add psychology to things, and I think it can work. The WWE, I think maybe they should have thought a bit more along those lines when booking the Money in the Bank, especially with a guy like CM Punk, who could be, I've always said that WWE have got enough outlets to entertain everyone, and give all the different audiences what they want, and they don't do it. And I think the main one that gets left out is internet fans, older fans, and CM Punk, I think, is a guy who could have been pushed that way because of what he did in IWA and in ROH and all that. But they haven't done that with Punk, and that is a disappointment. So I think as far as CM Punk goes, we have just got to bide our time. He's not as over as so many other guys right now. He's not as over as Jericho, although they're doing the best to make sure that Jericho isn't that over with his feud. He's not as over as Hardy. He's not as over as Kennedy. He's probably not as over as Matt Hardy. So you've got to bide your time. The WWE, I think, as I say, they are doing this thing now with Kane, this will he cash it in on Kane sort of thing. He's friends with Kane, but he might turn on him and cash it in. And this WWE title thing, I think, will help him and the belts. So we have got to just chill out. I think it'll be okay for both of them. They're both, I think Punk's 29 and Jeff Hardy's 30. They're still young guys. The guys have got a long time ahead of them. Let's say they both retire at 40. 10, 11 years is a long time in pro wrestling. So, they both got CM Punk, especially because, they're doing, in my opinion, the wrong thing, and that is pushing him, towards a younger audience and trying to cover their own tracks, the Benoit thing, the whole, look, we got a guy who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything. They're trying to do that, which I don't particularly agree with, but there we are. So CM Punk has got a future, no two ways about it. As long as he doesn't do something ridiculously stupid, I think he'll get pushed to the moon. Jeff Hardy is in his own hands. If he wants to be the biggest name in this company, he probably can be, but he's got to not do anything stupid as far as the drugs things go. So that was just a quick video. well, click's going to be 10 minutes, and that's my views on that. Cheers.